Good afternoon or early evening, wherever you may be. I'm Tawana Carlton, your host of Soul Cooking with Tea. Well, somehow I deleted the video. Somehow I've destroyed the video. And so I had to come back in and do another video. So I'm back here alive. That's what happens with this technology, mashing buttons and doing all these different things. On Thursday, I talked about, on my quick pop in, we were frying chicken. And I showed you and talked about the newspaper, that in a southern home you could always find newspaper. Somebody always had a newspaper on the street because that newspaper served many things during the week in a house of Southerners. And so I talked about how, we used it in so many different ways. And if you didn't have newspaper, the only thing you had to do was ask one of the neighbors, because it was always a neighbor had newspaper. And Sunday was the biggest day to get your newspaper, because that was the day that all the advertisements was in there. So it was a big paper they had on Sunday. Thank you, Jacqueline, for jumping back on with me. Somehow I mashed the wrong button. Now it's deleted, so I had to come back in. So thank you so much for jumping back on with me. So as I was saying, we use newspaper for so many things. And so today I had a fresh cantaloupe. And so today I'm using this past week's newspaper to cut up my cantaloupe. So I'll show you. Hopefully you can see the color real good. Thank you so much, Jacqueline, for jumping back on with me. And I know in the other video you were saying that it's healthy. Yes, it is. And one thing, and I'm glad that I was able to come back, as I cut the first slice of the cantaloupe, which I have here in my bowl. I like to cut it up and dice it up in slices. What I found out, it tastes, as I tasted it, it would taste very fresh, like it had just been freshly picked. You still could taste the earth of the cantaloupe. And so it's just amazing that I've had this cantaloupe in the house at least 2 days, I think, or more. And it still has the flavor. It has the flavor has sweetened. As you can see, the color is very good all the way around. Listen, you did not mess with that newspaper. Jacqueline said my dad read his paper faithfully. Yes, and that Sunday paper was the most important. They read that Sunday paper even if they got the newspaper during the week. And you best not touch that Sunday newspaper until Monday evening, because it was something that they missed on Sunday that somebody told them about, and they would go back. Then they would go back in and read that newspaper again. So yes, Jacqueline, that newspaper serves so many purposes. Yes, it is delicious. And like I was saying, once I cut it, it tasted like it had just been fresh picked today. You can still taste like the earthly taste, that freshness taste. But I think I've had it in the house probably 2 days or more. And so it's been sitting, getting sweeter. And so again, I want to just come back in. Thank you so much, Jacqueline, for jumping back on with me. I'm Tawana Carlton, the host of Soul Cooking with Tea. And if you don't mind, take time and share out this video with your family and friends. And this was just another Saturday pop-in of how I've used my newspaper from this week for another adventure in the kitchen. Sorry about that, in the kitchen. So thank you again, Jacqueline, for joining me live. And those that would catch the replay, have an amazing weekend.